Hi, it's Shannon here, back from houseimprovements.com, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do some vertical vinyl siding. We have many other vinyl siding related videos on the channel already, but we've never actually touched vertical vinyl siding like we've got over here. So I've got the first couple pieces on. I'll just go back and kind of review what I did for that, and then we'll show you how to cut around this window and install the panels. So the siding that we're using today has a 7-inch exposure. Okay, so 7 inches every piece, and obviously it's a kind of a board and batten type style looking siding. And in my case, I didn't start right in an outside corner because we had some wood here for something down the road. So I have a J channel here, and that's what I started into. So it's as simple as just tucking that all the way into the J channel and nailing it off just like you would any vinyl siding, as far as leaving the nails a little bit loose so that the panel can slide. Now, one thing when you are nailing with vertical siding that's a little different than horizontal is when you're putting your piece up, once you get your piece in place and you've slid it to get the proper expansion gap at each end, which is usually about 1/4 of an inch, then your top nail, the first nail you put near the top, you want to put at the top of the slot, so kind of that piece is hanging there. And what that does is if the siding shrinks up, this very last little bit can't actually come out of the J channel. Okay, so it acts as a stop, plus it acts as a chance for it to hang off of there. Then at the very bottom nail, you're going to want to kind of do the same thing, but you're going to put it at the very extreme bottom of the hole. And same idea there, just for shrinkage, so this bottom piece doesn't pop up out of the J channel. Okay, all your other nails will be spaced, you know, every 12 to 16 inches and be centered in the slots. And all the nails, every single nail, you need to leave about the thickness of a dime behind the head of the nail and the face of this nailing fin, just like any other vinyl siding, and that allows the piece to be able to slide up and down, right, so it doesn't buckle when it's expanding and contracting in the sun. Other than that, it pretty much installs like any vinyl siding, but you don't really have a starter strip. You're always starting in a corner or in a J channel and moving away from there. You're going to have a J channel at the top of your wall, or the top of your piece, and a J channel at the bottom as well. There's no you know, starter strip or anything like that. So we've got it tucked in a J down here at the floor. We're up on the deck here. So we've got a J channel down there, it's sitting in there, and we've got a J channel up here at the soffit line as well, up there. Okay, and of course we've got J around the windows and everything else. We've got a siding block over there. We've got a video on how to install those and how those all work. So where I'm at right now is I've got my first 2 pieces on, and I need to cut a 3rd full-length piece to work around this window, and then I'll have some shorter pieces underneath, some shorter pieces over top until we get out of the window again. The only other thing I should mention is that as you're working vertical, and now when I cut around this window, the piece is going to snap on, so it's mostly going to be this thick rib here. There's just going to be a little bit of the narrow flat stuff back in the J, so that's going to sit there. But if we were cutting this, you know, out in here to get around that window, this could get a little bit flappy in the wind. So then you would use this undersill, same kind of stuff that we use under, you know, a lot of times under openings, to hold the narrow part of the siding in tight. So if that was the case around any obstacle with this vertical siding, you're going to want to use undersill to hold it in place. Personally, it's kind of a trial by error sort of thing. Like I said, here we're only going to have about 1.25 inches or so of the flat in behind this J, and 9 times out of 10 there's nothing wrong with that. If you start to get 2-3 inches wide, then that's when I would use an undersill, but in this case, on this edge, I don't think I'm going to use one. Okay, so now measuring our cutout here, It's just like any other siding. You need about 1/4 of an inch of space around anything, any fixed obstacles. So basically I'm going to measure right up tight into this top J to the top of this J channel here at 1/4 of an inch, and that should give me my distance. And for this bottom edge here, what I'll do is I'll measure right up tight into the J, and I'll measure high on the J channel. I would measure to just below the top edge of this J channel right in here, and add 1/4 inch. So then when that J channel slides down from the top to get my space and comes down here, I'll be a total of close to 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch away from being tight. Okay, so I'm just going to get my measurements, transfer them onto my piece of siding. So I'm going to call it 10 to 52 5/8, and I'll transfer it to my siding. 10, 52 5/8. Okay, and then my distance here, I'm going right from the lip where my siding is going to catch into the last piece, and I'll measure over about 1/4 of an inch away from tight in the J channel. So tight would be 3 inches, so I'm going to go 2 3/4. Okay, so that's going to be from this edge here inwards 2 3/4. That's what I'm leaving on there. There. Go down to this end. Get it there. Okay, now this blue siding is really hard to see with my pencil, so you're not going to probably see it on the camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark this out and cut it out. I'm getting rid of that piece. That piece there. You probably noticed this pencil I've been using a lot in the last couple years. The writings wore off. I think it used to say something on there. Let's see if it says something on this. Yeah, it's hard to even see that. I don't know if it'll focus in. Pica. So anyways, Pica Dry. It's like a huge mechanical pencil. And we should put a link. We've got a link in a lot of videos, but we'll put a link in this one too if we can remember. Excellent pencil. They didn't sell it to me, send it to me. Well, they did sell it to me, I guess, but they didn't send it to me. It's just something I came up and seen and wanted to try. But if they want to send me some stuff, they sure can. Okay, so I'm just using aviation snips here. We've got a whole video on showing you different ways of cutting vinyl siding, so you can check that video out. When we're editing, we'll try to add our whole playlist for vinyl siding, so that'll be in below the video here in the description. So now I'm just taking my utility knife, scoring a line along that pencil line I made, like so. Should be able to bend this back and forth. It's nice and warm today, so it breaks out easy. So there's my chunk, and my piece here I'm going to hang. Okay, so I need to get my siding started into my J up here and down here and slid in, and till I get caught in this lip there. So we'll just get that in there, this in here. There, I just wasn't quite getting in the J there. Now I got to get in the J down here, so I can just flex this a little bit, pop it in there, get it locked into my last piece, and then I give it a little wiggle up and down. If you got it in the right spot, it shouldn't pop right out. You should have a little bit of play side to side here, an easy play up and down. Then I know I've got it into the right groove and I'm good to go. So then when I'm nailing it, I can just bring it over tight. I check every second or third row with a level as well. So I'm going to go up top there and put that top nail in. So I'm pulling the piece over. I want to slide it up, and until you get used to it, you can just put a mark on the side and a mark on your wall, and then drop your piece till you got about a 1/4 inch difference between those two lines, and then you know that you've got your space up here that you needed. Okay, so my top nail, I always go in the second or third hole from the top for my first nail. I've got foam so I can shove it in part way. I'm right in the top of the slot, and then just get it in far enough to leave that bit of gap here where that'll move. So this one can go in the middle of the groove, and again leave some room. And then you can see how we've got this nice even line here along the J. It's just tucked back in there. And then I'll go down to the bottom, just make sure my piece is over snug so it's, you know, not loose back that way. You want it this way. And we've already got the siding hanging from the top, so we know our spaces should all be fine. So then this nail can go in one of these holes right at the bottom of the slot. And then I'll nail the rest of the nails. Middle of the slot. Okay, so now we have a few pieces here where we're just simply no cuts or anything, they're cut to length already. These pieces, this vertical siding, any that I've ever done comes 10 foot long. Okay, so if you've got a wall that's more than 10 feet and you need to, you want to continue this down, you need to find a break point and put in a either a couple J back to back, or what do they call that piece? I want to say belly band, but I don't think that's right. I can't quite think of the name of the piece. If you know it, put it in the comments below. But anyways, it's just so that you can butt two pieces together, because this stuff doesn't overlap like the horizontal does. In the horizontal you can keep adding and adding pieces because they'll overlap each other. This stuff here isn't designed to do that, so you've got to start and stop at every 10 feet. So again, treat this just like a full piece. I want to slide it up, drop my 1/4, put my first nail in the top, very top of the first slot. Same thing down here at the bottom. I'm putting in the bottom of the slot. And again, it doesn't have to be right at the bottom of the piece. I'm up a third slot, usually is the easiest. Put your mid nails in. Oop. And I'll throw one more here for good luck. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in these short pieces above and below, because it's all the same up to there, and we'll see what we work out to at that end where we transition into a full piece, because maybe that end's going to work out where we need to do that undersill, and I can show you that part. Okay, so this one here worked out where I will put in a piece of that undersill trim. So what I'll do is basically measure. I want it to be about the same length as what the height of the window is here. So I'm going to go 41 1/4. So 41 1/4. There. Okay, so I've got my piece here. So this is my piece of siding all cut, ready to go. You can see I've got about, what do I got there, 4 inches? Yeah, I've got about 4 inches of this thin part of the siding left, and I've cut out the rib to fit in here. So I just want to be able to make sure that that stays in there and isn't flapping in the wind. Okay, so this, I've got it cut short enough that it won't interfere with the J channel. So I can stick it right in there. And just simply nail it over top. So it's pushed in there all the way. Throw in one more nail here. So it's kind of dark back in there, but you can see this is my J channel, and here's the lip of that undersill trim. If you've done any horizontal type vinyl siding, generally when you use an undersill trim, you'll use the little notcher, not a notcher, what are they? A clipper. And they put a little clip indent in here that clips into that undersill trim. It's really not necessary, I don't think, doing vertical. Maybe if I had a really long, 8 or 9 foot piece that was cut out like that, I maybe would, but normally that undersill, just the fact that it's tight is enough to hold that together. So now I need to slide this in there, and we're kind of working backwards, so we've got to slide that piece in and overextend it, kind of stretch it to get it around the lip on this piece here. Don't forget to make sure it starts in that undersill trim. Okay, so I've got the top started. So as I'm sliding this in there, I'm kind of pulling it out because I've got to get this part in around on this side of here. So make sure I'm in the undersill trim. Yeah, I am. And I can pull this out, twist it a little bit, and just over force it like that. Snaps in, piece is sliding up and down good, then I can center it and nail it. So there's a little closer look. You can see it all in there, nice and tight. The wind's not getting hold of that. Okay, so I think that's what I can show you for vertical siding. We've got ourselves worked right around this window. Now I'm just going to continue down the rest of this wall and finish this up. So thanks a lot for hanging out with me and learning how to do this. If you have any comments on the video, put it below. Click the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then pop over to the channel or a Facebook page and check that out.